So it's quite late. I've just decided that I'm going to rip off the one show footage from their YouTube channel and put it on my own. I might get in trouble for it, but a lot of people have been asking me where the original footage was or where they can watch it. Rather than directing them to the BBC website, I'm going to upload it on here for all you beautiful people to watch. So, anyway, it's going to be uploaded, it's going to follow this clip, and I hope that you all see that this is painted as in a good light, not a bad light. It was just a funny little sketch. It was 5 minutes long. It's nothing serious. It's not suggesting that we're all jippos or we're unwashed or any of those things. It is quite a nice little section. I just want to thank the people involved as well, the Boondockers, Phil, and Free to Roam. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Share it around. Share it around. Oh, don't share it around. It doesn't matter if you don't share it around, but if you share it around, that'd be good. I'm going to edit this quickly, upload it tonight, because I've been smashing YouTube this week. Upload it tonight, and then you can have it. There you go. I'm going to go sleep then. Bye, Felicia.
Having a place to call your own is the dream for most. But getting onto the property ladder for the first time can be a hard slog.
And if you want to buy your own house, the average deposit is nearly £50,000.
To avoid these rising costs, some are now turning their backs on traditional bricks and mortar
And switching instead to living full-time in a van.
There are over 6 million Instagram posts by people from all over the world showing off their van lives. And 2 months ago, Chef Helen and indoor skydiving instructor Chris decided to join them, buying a van for £1,500 to convert into their very first home together.
50% of my wages goes on my rent. When we live in the van, we'll both have about £400 each to spare. When I first told my parents, they were a little bit concerned.
I think that was at the time you introduced me as well. Hey, this is Chris, and I'm moving into a van.
Yeah.
But the couple do have some concerns too.
We're going to move in the winter, so we need to make sure we have as much insulation as possible. I was a little bit concerned about safety.
Today, the couple are putting the brakes on their van renovations to meet those already geared up for van life.
Meet Kirsty, Purdy and Kaylin. The whole family have lived in this van for 8 months.
We were sick and tired of living in a house. All our money are going on bills.
Also along for the ride are Liam, who has lived in a van for over a year.
I chose to live in a van rather than a house because I wanted to travel more.
And Phil, who now has the flexibility to move around for his job.
I work full-time. I do have different locations week in, week out.
And they've all brought their vans to show off to Chris and Helen.
All right, let's go and have a look at Liam's first. Hello.
Hi, you alright?
My question, Liam, I can see the bed, I can see the kitchen. Where's the toilet?
Right, the toilet is here. I just lift the cushion off and it doubles as a seat.
What's your plan?
Yeah, we're going to have a bathroom, toilet and a proper shower room. I love how homey it is. It's really, really nice.
Next is Phil, who's lived in his van for almost 2 years.
So very different to Liam's van, isn't it, in here?
I managed to do everything within 1,500.
You are joking me.
Everything's recycled as well.
But basics of power and heating takes a chunk out of any budget.
The most expensive things are things like the solar panels. There will be times that you will run out of power. Having gas supplies is a big addition. Yeah.
Do you ever get worried about leaving your van unattended?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I put the second door in. Fitted an alarm system as well. It's a bit like a house, really.
Hello.
In Kirsty's van, there are 3 of them all sharing the same space.
So the question I've been asking everyone today is, where's the bathroom?
This is our shower. So that just sort of sits in a bucket of water. Plug that in the cigarette lighter and it's very powerful.
Chef Helen wants to find out how to rustle up a home-cooked meal in a van.
It's more or less exactly the same as cooking in a house, really. So I cook everything on 2 rings. I've cooked all kinds of things from pizzas and everything just on the hob.
When we first move into the van, I don't think we're going to be able to afford a fridge. Can you see that being feasible for us?
So I don't use a fridge. I have either dried food or fresh vegetables, and that is it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Time to find out more about the realities of van life.
breaking down. That's the worst thing.
It is difficult and stressful because it's your home as well.
How about for you, Phil?
The winter, yeah, it's definitely can be challenging. Sometimes I sleep in a sleeping bag under my duvet with a hot water bottle.
But are the downsides outweighed by any financial gains?
As a chef, you're not going to make more than, what, 20 grand a year, at my age anyway.
20 grand a year living in a van is a lot of money.
Exactly.
I saved £820 a month just by living in a van.
I think my total outgoings are around £300 a month. I can put roughly £500 in a savings account.
Helen and Chris still don't know where they'll park up their van when it's ready. But after seeing how others live, how do they feel about the prospect of starting their van life this winter?
It's just so great to see a finished product. A lot of the jobs in our construction at the moment are such mundane tasks and you forget about the bigger picture.
Is there anything that you've heard today that's maybe reassured you?
Cooking is going to be a breeze.
I know, it was such a good lunch, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't want to keep you any longer. I know you've got some work to do in that van. So let's get going.
You see, I love living in a van.
You're a big fan.
Well, I have a camper van. I spend most of my weekends in there. Phil's actually with us in the audience. Phil, where have you parked?
Not far from here.
Where are you sleeping, more to the point? Not far from
I'm definitely in the van tonight.
Are you?
Do you get asked to move along a lot whenever you park?
I don't over-welcome my stay, so move every night, and obviously with work I just park in the car park at work.
Do you? But I mean, this is the challenge, isn't it, when you've got a van and you're living in it like that, then where do you actually, you know, spend most of your time?
So I'm from East Yorkshire originally, so I try to go back every weekend, but I'm in Manchester working now.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously the car parks at work are pretty good for me. My employer is really happy with it because that's why they use me to travel around the country.
Okay,
clubs.
so it works for you.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's standing very close to you, so you're all still, you know, very washed, and obviously...
I do shower every day.
The cleanliness is up there, but...
But Bill, you used to live on a houseboat in the 80s, didn't you?
Yeah.
For some of the same reasons that we hear in the film.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was at the time, you know, when you haven't got much money, it's quite a cheap way to live. You know, the moorings weren't that expensive, and it was moored up on the Thames in West London, and it was great. It was a great little community. It's like a little village, floating village, you know.
Yeah.
So what happened to it then?
Well, I don't think it lasted much long after I got rid of it. It was in a bit of a state when I had it. It was sort of slightly on the skew. On a skew. Right. And sometimes when the boat didn't land in the berth at low tide, your feet would end up like this. You'd end up sleeping like that. So there was a few problems.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I just love that concept of taking your house wherever you go.
Wherever you
It's
go.
like a little
Yeah.
snail.